Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about how you can build your wealth as a teenager or any young person for that matter. Whether you're in your early 20s or even early 30s, you can use these tips to your advantage. And the reason I say young person is that right now you have two advantages on your side. One, you're able to take a lot more risks, and two, you have time. Now I understand there's a lot of young people out there with very big burdens on their shoulders and a lot of responsibility, but you still have the upside to this coin. You still have the universe on your side and you're able to make mistakes and then learn from them and recover from them. You're not old where you have a lot more responsibilities and things riding on this one big bet that you take. So the first thing I want to talk about is getting some sort of mentor or coach or taking some sort of course. Now, I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm not here to pitch any sort of course to you. I'm just telling you, in your own time, find someone who will help you grow in whatever industry or whatever sort of interest you have. Now, again, you don't have to pay for this at all. There are many people out there who are willing to mentor and coach you for absolutely nothing. You could offer something in exchange, something of value that you can offer to them that they will then teach you their ways. So it's always better to learn from someone who has already achieved success in whatever sort of career it is that you want to enter into, whether it's plumbing, real estate, entrepreneurship, starting some sort of product-based business. Maybe you want to be a jet ski repairman, who knows? Whatever it is that you're interested in, there's somebody out there that has already achieved or achieved some sort of success in whatever it is that you want to enter into. You just have to find them and pitch them and ask them, hey, can I do this for you for free? Can I scrub the underside of the jet ski? Can I bring you coffee in the morning? Can I do whatever it takes to learn from you? Because I really want to learn the skills and the tricks of the trade in order to be successful in this business. And again, if you have no one in your area or if you have no one that you have direct contact to, you can absolutely find this information for free online. There are interviews on YouTube with billionaires. There are interviews on YouTube with people who have made multi-billion dollar companies, multi-million dollar companies, people who have had astronomical success in very specific areas and very specific niche of business. You just have to go out there and Google it, and it's 100% served to you on a silver platter. So just spend your time finding the information that you need to grow as an individual. You don't have to spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 on a course. There are tons of course platforms out there, Skillshare, Udemy, Coursera. There are so many that you can subscribe for a small amount every month and get access to thousands, literally thousands of mentors, thousands of courses, and learn from people who are already professionals in their field. So if you're not doing that right now, you're absolutely wasting your time. And that takes us on to the second tip, which is turn yourself into somebody who is valuable and maximize your earning potential. Sure, you can learn a skill, but there are hundreds and thousands of people out there who can learn the exact same skill as you. And if there are 100,000 people right behind you willing to replace you, who can do the exact same job that you're doing, you become an expendable resource. So you're not valuable. If you can find ways to specialize or increase your earnings, that is the fundamental basis to becoming rich or wealthy. And that is by turning what you learn into something very specific and becoming the top of your field, becoming the best that you can be at whatever skill it is that you're offering. And again, if you can find a skill that is in rare supply, something that you can be so good at that not a lot of other people are doing, then again, that's going to be so much to your advantage because you're doing something that people are willing to pay money for because they can't find anyone else who can do that thing. I always hear so many people saying that they can't find a job, there's no jobs out there, there's no jobs for whatever skill it is that they have. It just means that your skill that you have is not valuable enough. People aren't willing to pay for it, or there's already thousands of people that have filled those positions and you have then become expendable. So find something that you can do that is useful. And if you can't find something that other people are willing to find useful, you can start something and find a way to solve a problem that somebody has, and you can make money that way. If you can solve problems, if you can come up with solutions to problems that people are having, that will earn you so much money that you won't even be able to fathom it right now. People are willing to pay absolute insane amounts of money to have their problems solved. That is what makes the economy, that's what makes the world go round, is by fixing stuff that people don't have the time or knowledge to fix themselves. Next is whittle down your expenses or spend as little money as you possibly can. Just as I said before, there are people out there willing to spend money to have their problems solved. if you can solve a lot of your own problems, you don't have to outsource that money and spend it on other stuff that you don't need. So if you are earning some money, if you do find something that makes you a little bit of money, don't just spend that money. Don't blow it. Don't treat it as if it is just money that you can throw into the trash can. Use it as money that you can then reinvest into things that you're doing that will then make you more money. Whether that is investing into the stock market, into Bitcoin, into a business, into anything that will then grow that money further. But even if that isn't in the traditional sense of just growing your money with interest, perhaps you could invest that money into your business. Say you run a gardening service or landscaping business, and you invest into better equipment. Maybe you do something online, you run a digital marketing agency, you can invest in a better laptop, you can invest in a better camera, you can invest in better things that'll make your job easier, make it faster, and give you the ability to produce higher quality work. Again, increasing your intrinsic value and making you more valuable to the people out there who are willing to pay for whatever it is that you're offering. And again, if you're young, you have a major advantage in this position. Maybe you're staying at home and you don't have to pay rent. Maybe you're staying at home and you don't have to pay for food. Or maybe you've just moved out of home and you can afford to stay in a small apartment, live off of ramen noodles and whatever you can right now to save your expenses. Sure, in the long term, you can go ahead and upgrade your lifestyle, but right now, save whatever you can and invest it into something that is sustainable and long lasting and that can grow with you, that eventually will bring you crazy dividends, crazy returns, and then you can spend all the money you like, but you're simply sabotaging yourself up until that point if you don't use that to reinvest into something that can then grow. Number 4 is having multiple streams of income. Now, if you're just starting out and you have no sources of income, of course, one stream is going to be amazing, but the more you can multiply that and the more revenue streams you can bring in, the faster you'll get to a point that you're happy with and that you're able to feel a little bit less stressed, and you can expand on those things. For example, you could start some sort of product business where you sell something, you could start some sort of service business, and you could start some sort of consulting business where you then provide that knowledge that you know, that you've acquired, that you've invested into yourself, and then regurgitate that and sell that to other people. Those are 3 simple streams of income that you could start right now with one another if you have relevant skills in whatever sort of field it is that you're entering in. And again, back to the first point, just find a place where you can get those skills and then you can rebundle them and use them as much as you can in so many different fields and bring in multiple streams of income. And that takes us on to number 5, which is create a passive income stream. Once you've generated multiple streams of income or you've come up with more than one, turn one of those streams into something that is passive, something that is automated. If you can bring consistent money in every single month without trading your time for that money, that'll exponentially grow what your worth is or your net worth. Because every single day you have a finite amount of time in that day, and you can only trade that time for a certain amount of money. But once you have something that's passive, something that runs on autopilot, that's almost as if you're duplicating yourself into 2 people, and that second version of you runs it completely automatically on autopilot, and you're able to essentially duplicate your time. And the more times you can do this, the more businesses you can run on autopilot, the more businesses that you can start that can run without you investing all of the time in your day into, the more money you can make. But understand that doesn't mean that you can just start something and it'll run on autopilot right from the start. You have to invest that initial time and effort into it to build something that can then be sustainable and last long term. An advantage to this is that you don't have to have just one major stream of income that's bringing you a lot of money. You can have multiple streams of income, multiple streams of passive income that bring in small amounts of money here and there, but once you add that up, once you multiply that by 5, 10, 20 times, however many streams of income you have coming in, that adds up very, very quickly and you can make so much more money that way. Number 6 is cultivating or creating some sort of money mindset. How do you think about money? Like, what sort of lifestyle are you accustomed to? What sort of beliefs do you have regarding the money that you have bringing in? Again, if you bring in money and you just spend it, that's not a very good money mindset to have. If you bring in money and spend some of it and save some of it and reinvest some of it into the business that you're doing, that's a better money mindset. Once you understand how saving money and how using debt to your advantage can actually help you grow and help you make more money, then you'll start learning about the basics and the fundamentals of growing wealth or creating wealth as a young person. If you spend more than you earn, then you're living above your means and you're upgrading your lifestyle way too quickly. You're spending money, you're just digging yourself a deeper hole. If you start off at absolute zero right now and you start earning some money and spending that money and spending more than you earn, you're essentially digging a hole that is deeper in than you are right now at absolute zero, because you start getting debt and that hole gets deeper and deeper and deeper until you've lost so much money that you have to dig yourself up out of the ground to get back to baseline where you are right now to then go above it and start earning more money. So think about how you treat money and how you think about it in terms of using it as a tool rather than using it as something to upgrade your lifestyle and use to your advantage and live some sort of hedonistic, pleasurable lifestyle. You have to understand that that money can be used as an absolute tool to get you from 0 to 100, not from 0 to -10 and then to +5. Like, we don't want to go below absolute 0 for a very long time. We want to go up and want to keep growing, because that's the ultimate goal, right? You want to keep growing, you want to keep advancing, you want to keep learning more, knowing more, making more. You want to be somebody who can continuously grow. And that takes us on to the final thing, which is don't buy depreciating assets. Like I said before, you can buy things that you can then invest into your business. Like if you're buying a new tool, like a laptop or a combine harvester or a jet ski, whatever sort of industry you're in, buy something that can then give you more returns and make more money from that. But if you buy something like an expensive brand new car, that's an immediate loss. That money you will never see again. That car loses money as you drive it off of the lot. It goes down every single year. It's a complete depreciating asset. You have to pay insurance on it. You have to pay fuel. You have to pay maintenance costs. These are all things that add up over time that you will never see back. That money, you will never see it back. But if you can find a way to buy something that appreciates in value or levels you up or makes you more money, then that's a no-brainer. You can absolutely do that. I've mentioned on my channel before, one of the biggest mistakes I've made with money is buying a brand new car when I was young and naive. But I've learned from that, and now I'm sharing it with you so you don't have to make the same dumb mistakes that I made. I hope you guys liked that video. I hope you liked some of those tips, and I hope they do help you grow some money. If you are a teenager or someone in the younger years, comment down below and let me know if these tips did help you. And if you're someone who's older or who has experienced something, comment down below as well and let me know some of the biggest regrets that you've made in your life and some of the best things that you've done with your money. And maybe some of the teenagers and everyone else below can learn from that as well. But as always, I shall see you in the next video. Cheers.